It's Madden NFL 23, and we have Stephon Gilmore, who enters this game with 38 tackles so far this year. It's the Colts and the Eagles, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis and CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. As Indy's offense takes the field for the first time, we take a look at Matt Ryan, top 10 all-time in passing yards, playing his first career season outside of Atlanta.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They go play action with Ryan. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now, this has been a signature of his over a sensational career since entering the league back in 2008. And you can see still plenty of strength left in that arm for the former MVP.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts to throw. And this is incomplete. These two teams, the Eagles and Colts, the two best rushing teams in the NFL in 2021 a season ago. The Eagles, maybe a surprise to many that they were number 1 last year. Of course, they got a lot of rushing yards from their quarterback that helped them. And the Colts, with Jonathan Taylor, they were number 2. Then he finds Beasley, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. The Eagles at 7-2 here on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. And this defense for the Colts, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he fires one, but incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Rodgers to return it. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle, and they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3 and out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Ryan to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep for Philadelphia, Devontae Smith. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Come on.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Shotgun snap, and they're going to give to Sanders. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Holding. Offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Throwing is Hurts. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Colts to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting, as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Ryan. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. Now Ryan. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here at their own 33. So a 1st interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Shaquille Leonard in there to blow that play up.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And out will come the offense as they take over. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. That's returnable now for Smith. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now Ryan on first down. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there at 22.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
First and 10, it's Ryan. And that's caught left side by Mo Cox. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. To throw is Ryan. Campbell making the catch. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And a look at the next-gen stats reveals that sack occurred in all of 2.3 seconds. And you think you want to be an NFL quarterback? Second quarter now from Indianapolis with a Colts in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Here's Ryan. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Here's Smith to return it. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With 3rd down coming up. They'll set up a throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up?
As Sanders has it poked free. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
You remember in preseason when we went to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
To review the play, rule in the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Going for it with Sanders. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute, because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Sanders will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Here's Hurts to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
The Eagles on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Ryan.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. Take it at the 37.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive.
As Sanders has it poked free, and the Colts pick it up, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge is successful. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. On second down, here's the option.
They'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there. A nice game.
I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Let's go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Man open left side is Brown.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Ryan.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And the play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Ready?
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. The first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here.
It's connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Here we go. On 1st down, Hurts.
And that'll be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Hurts fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
Throwing is Hurts. It's caught by Sanders. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We start down in the Lone Star State. Washington's used to traveling down to face the Cowboys, but this week they face the other Texas team in Houston. And it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. Davis Mills has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. 3 touchdown passes there for Zach Wilson. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Kadarius Toney, a touchdown reception. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half, and to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Eagles. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway from the 6. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 65 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Hurts. But he's got his man here, Beasley. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
2nd down, back to Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll look to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this 2nd half.
Now Ryan on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Let's go now.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7. Hurts. Throw right side. Caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run with Sanders. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is...
yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after it.
A nice effort and an even nicer stop from Kwity Paye. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 2nd and 12, Hurts. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running right, here's Sanders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Sanders. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he finds Beasley complete. Touchdown, Eagles! Cole Beasley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Elliott on for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Cole Beasley who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a give to Taylor. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
A 3rd quarter score now from MetLife Stadium. And make it a 2-touchdown advantage now for the Giants. Daniel Jones with 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll set up to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Still about 3 yards shy of the 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Over the middle to Smith.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 98 yards on the ground now for Sanders. He's got a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Another run with Sanders. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's complete to Brown, right side. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Ryan. And he'll find Pittman. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 22.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
He was brought down at the 25-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Colts on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. Here's Ryan to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This will be... And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
Ready up.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
He was defended by Kenny Moore.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And he gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told. But they're still looking at a fourth down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. On first down, Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 124 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Another run here with Sanders. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Here we go.
Back to throw here. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles add on to their fourth quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the fourth quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, there's really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here's Michael Pittman and the rest of this offense getting set for the upcoming drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's good for a Colts.
Here's Ryan. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again, Ryan.
Campbell making the catch. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of those. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Team, they can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Ryan.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find it.
Touchdown! Michael Pittman
From 3 yards out.
And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. What you talking about, yeah?
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard and it brings up 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Indy set to go on offense once more. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Ryan.
Quick throw knocked knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go. It's Ryan on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Second down, back to Sanders. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Complete. Smith has it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
A good push there from that offensive line as Sanders able to take that forward for a gain of about 6 on first down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Sanders. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Eagles, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.